Hey everyone, Tomiwa here, and welcome to Africa's Market Explained, a podcast that unlocks African markets using knowledge from experts. This episode dives into the customer-led growth, popularly called CLG. In particular, we'll be looking into how it is driving business success. The guest who will be explaining this strategy for us is Dumebi Malogo, a strategy and customer marketing manager who has worked in international companies such as Deloitte, Accenture, and Workforce Group. He's a serial entrepreneur who has founded 2 different startups. I will let our guest continue from here and tell us a bit about his experience in African tech space. Up to you, maybe.
Yes, hi, everyone. Thank you for having me on this podcast. Great to speak through this platform. Like you just rightly said, I'm I would say I'm a serial. Would I call myself a serial entrepreneur? But I've started 2 businesses, and just like you mentioned, I'm ex Deloitte and Accenture. Currently, I'm the co-founder of a gaming startup called Cashing Games. We currently have 2 products down here in Nigeria, and we intend to actually scale some of our products to the global market.
It's good to actually have you on here. So to jump into today's discussion, a lot of startups, especially companies that deal with software as a service companies, have a major growth problem. Founders that focus on software as a service can no longer rely on cheap, easy money to fuel new onset of customers. You understand, with the current venture scouting landscape in the continent. And from what we've seen from many winning teams, they are now taking advantage of a new strand of strategy. That means using customer as a powerful growth lever. I would like you to, from your experience, break down what customer-led growth is and how it fits into most startups' go-to-market strategy.
Fantastic question, Tomo. First of all, I think it's important to understand some of the fundamental operating principles behind any business or behind any startup. It's very important for us to understand the principle of the customer as the most valuable asset to revenue growth. It's very key, and of course that's why it's important to build any sort of successful products with and alongside your customers. Down here in Africa or even globally, we can see a number of the biggest startups globally or the biggest technology companies globally leveraging the customers for success. A classic example is how Uber has been able to grow within the different African markets, sub-Saharan African markets down here in Nigeria, using majorly a referral strategy, to be fair, instead of spending millions of dollars in advertising and marketing. So, of course, customer-led marketing is something very fundamental and very key. And at the core of it is understanding the importance of our customer in building any product. One key thing, like I said, is, and I'd like to use this as a definition for customer-led growth. It is a way of leveraging insights from your customers in building your products, and from then on, operationalizing and ensuring that you're able to grow and scale your products through, your customer.
All right, thank you very much for that. I know you've started 2 different startups now. From your experience implementing CLG, how do you see from like a different sector, different from Uber right now, how customer approach help you achieve the goal you wanted to achieve in your startup?
I think it's very important to ensure that customers are at the core of everything in the business, right? Without adoption by customers or serial adoption from your customers, your product is not necessarily going to grow, right? We've had millions of products that have been developed globally, where the customer comes into your product, uses your product once, and then signs out and never returns to use your product. What is important today is building products where customers come in and want to stay and continuously use your products, right? And that's very, very important and very key. Now, one of the most affordable ways to scale your products is through your customers as well, right? So through the advent of social media, talking about experience on different products has become very scalable across different markets. Case in point, I use a fantastic iPhone. It's easy for me to jump on Twitter and tell people about great features of an Apple iPhone. So it is important that we always think of the customer. There is a customer-centric approach in developing and building customers, down from conceptualizing an idea, or beginning from conceptualizing an idea, down to the rollout of an idea. So what we do currently in Cashing Games, just to narrow it down to what we do as a business, is to ensure that in conceptualizing or in thinking through any sort of product features, or in thinking of what the customer needs and what the customers want, we engage with the customers, try to tell them about some of our concepts and get feedback from them about those concepts before we take them through that process of building and testing those products out with them. Before, of course, going on to implement and then obviously go to market with those different products. Now, when we go to market with those products, it's important to also identify and understand the different channels that our customers interact with. In the past, we've experienced challenges with scaling certain products because we never really sat down to look at where our customers interact with, how they want to, how they understand the different products, what sort of communication framework we should use in leveraging and growing our customers, what sort of language they use in understanding the products, what they want to see from our products. These are things that, of course, we must communicate clearly, right, through our messaging framework, through our different platforms. And it's important, for us to sit down, look at the different personas of our customers, right from building down to communication, because again, that will definitely ensure that we're able to speak the language of the customer, and customers understand what we want. Customers are able to experience what we built and designed for them, and on the back of that, customers are able to talk about our products, are able to ensure that they're able to speak and grow our products on behalf of us. And that has also ensured that we've been able to reduce marketing spend over the past few months as well, because we've largely gone through a strong referral strategy and through our customers speaking a lot and talking about our products. So that is why it's important that customers are at the core of everything that you do as a business. Customers are at the core of building products, but customers are at the core of also trying to market and sell your products in the market.
Thank you very much for that. To Pat, if you're going to have a comment or a statement on customer-led growth, what would be that statement that you think people should take home from this conversation?
I think one thing is all teams, marketing, product, tech today, must all understand the customer. The tech team is building for the customer. The product team is building for the customer. Your marketing team is trying to sell to a customer. So it's important that every team within a business understands the customer, not just the product team, not just the marketing team. I mean, every single person, right? And that is how you're able to build long-lasting and sustainable businesses. Businesses that are able to deliver the sort of customer experiences that you intend as a founder to deliver to the market. It's important that everybody is able to collaborate, everybody is able to understand, and everybody is able to speak the customer's language. And so that's one thing that I'd like to say, or I'd like to put out there as something that startups today, or technology companies globally, or leading companies globally, or leading tech companies globally, have leveraged or focused on in trying to drive success, long-term success.
All right, thank you very much for your time. It's been enlightening talking to you. And thank you for breaking down what it means for customer-led growth. For those listening to us, you can follow Dumebi on LinkedIn on Dumebi Malogo. And don't forget to click the subscribe button to receive more unique content on Africa. Thank you very much, Dumebi.
Thank you very, very much.
And bye.